Howdy guys. Sorry for taking so long for the next episode. I know I said I was going to put another episode that same week or the following week, but everything that's going on right now, I've actually been to the ER twice. Once for supposedly an asthma attack and the second for a panic attack. But I'm getting better. I'm at 80%, just waiting to be 100% to go back to work. Hopefully everything goes great. Let's take the moment of silence to pray for everybody that's going through this suffering with the coronavirus, and hopefully we can just get through this and just go back to our everyday life. Now, when I was 17, I was looking for my first car. I wanted something luxurious, reliable, and gas efficient. Let me tell you something. I could not find it. Not in my price range. The only thing that came up to my mind to be reliable and gas efficient was a Toyota Camry or a Corolla. Now, I'm not knocking down anybody who drives a Toyota Corolla or a Camry, but I just didn't feel like I could just show up to the club in a Toyota. That was when I was younger. You know, when you're younger, you want a luxurious car, you want to show off, you want to have nice stuff. You could have bought yourself a luxury edition, but it was still a Toyota. And I'm not knocking it down, like I said. It's just I wanted something luxurious. I didn't want a Mercedes or a BMW or something at that matter, because you can still buy them, but they're not really reliable. They cost a lot of money to maintain, and especially since you're going to spend a lot of money to get it at a certain time, and then later on in 6 months or a year you're going to spend a lot more money than what you bought it for. Now, my first car was a 1998 Lincoln Continental, and let me tell you something, I love that car, but of course it wasn't good on gas mileage. Then my second car was a 1993 Lincoln Town Car, slabbed out. For all the Houston people, y'all know what that means. Big rims, chrome lady in the front, with bang a system in the trunk. My younger days, and again, not very gas efficient, but very luxurious, hold a lot of space, and for a lot of people. Third car that I got was a Lincoln LS, which is sort of similar to the Jaguar. They had the similar components and everything. It's just that the Jaguar was supercharged. Beautiful car. I love that car. That's my baby. But again, not very gas efficient, and not that they broke down a lot, but you know they always have problems, temperamental problems with overheating. So later on in life, once I got rid of my other Lincoln, I switched up to my Dodge Ram. And then once I got my Ram, I wanted another luxurious car. I always knew Lexus made good cars and nice and gas efficient, but their price is out of my range at the time. They would cost 30 to 40 grand, and I just didn't have that kind of money. The cars that I was buying, they were like 10 grand, 15 grand, stuff like that. So this next time when I bought this Lexus es350, all it is just a Toyota Camry with Lexus amenities. Good gas mileage, reliable, and cheap to maintain, if you know the tricks of the trade. Because I tried to order a part from Toyota on my Lexus, because I knew the serial number was the same number as a Toyota Camry. Well, guess what they told me? They told me to call the Lexus dealership and not the Toyota dealership. Why? Because they wanted to upcharge me. Now, once you're talking with the Lexus IS and the Lexus LS, that's a whole completely different platform. The Lexus ES is basically a Toyota Camry with Lexus amenities. So it has the same engine. It's not supposed to be super fast. It's front wheel drive, but that's what I wanted. I wanted something reliable to get me from point A to point B. As you can see here, I haven't done much to the car. I just put a trunk lip spoiler, an air diffuser, a rain vent window visor, the little visor for the sunroof. That just help out whenever it's raining and you want a little bit of air. Also, what I installed is a hood ornament emblem in the front. Now you might actually think it's ghetto, but I'll tell you why I put it. But basically all of that I have on it, it's plain Jane as I first got it from the dealership. Now, I know a lot of people are going to complain about the hood ornament that I've put in the front of my car. They're going to say it's a little ghetto, but there's a reason to my madness. Whenever I used to go to the mall and then go outside and look for my car in the parking lot, I couldn't find it because it would get lost in the sea of Toyotas and Hondas. Second of all, whenever I used to go to the club, I used to go out there to downtown, Washington Street, Midtown, and if there was a BMW or a Mercedes next to me, nobody really gave me a second look. So I just put that hood ornament in the front just to make my car pop a little bit more. Now you might say, well, why don't you just get yourself a new one? You know, it's an old car, it's 2011. Why don't you get yourself a 2015, 2016? I would, but the thing is, this car is more reliable than the new cars that come out today. Now, all these cars, they have new sensors and all this stuff like to help you out, navigation and computers. But what happens when they break down? You gotta take it to the dealership and they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg to get it fixed. You know, and anybody who drives a V8 Toyota or a Lexus knows that the alternator is inside the engine. So it's gonna be another little $1,000 to $2,000 just to change out the alternator. That's a lot of money for me. You might say, well, why don't you just get yourself a Mercedes or a BMW or something like that? Well, let me tell you something. Mercedes, BMWs, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, they make more money on fixing the car than selling you the car. So they already know the game. They already know what they're going to charge you up, and then they're going to upcharge you a lot more than they need to. BMWs, all the engine parts are made out of plastic. After so much heat over time, they just start breaking down that you just eventually just start costing you an arm and leg to fix. Like I said, I'm happy with the car that I got. I've only spent a very little minimum of maintenance cost on my car. Oil change, tires, and just the basic minimum, and it's still running just fine.